I'm absolutely torn.
Do any of these brands innovate and blow us out of the water with something we never saw coming?
Morning, Trainiacs. It is now Wednesday morning in New York, and lesson from yesterday is all the busyness that goes on out there in the Manhattan world. I find it stressful coming from Winnipeg. Like, we have so much personal space and not nearly as much concrete, not nearly as many people, not nearly as many cars, not even 100th as much honking. So I forgot to have my little quiet time yesterday morning. I did it at the end of the day, but I felt by the end of the day I was just kind of buzzing from all the busyness. So, 2 things that I am gonna work on today. Number 1, as you saw, I just got on meditation. Number 2, I'm gonna have my noise canceling headphones a little bit more regularly. I raved about these the other day. They're awesome. And start off the day with a run. I did one last night, but I didn't start one off with a run. And that always gets every day going. Just really, really nice. So I'm gonna start right now with somewhere in between about a 10 and 12K run, which is actually really similar to one I did last week. A lot of race pace work, really specific effort here. I hope I don't get lost. I'm not gonna take the GoPro with me. I'm gonna take this because I need a map. I've been going back and forth between using these GoMib Razors and the Go Run 5s. In Ironman Campeche, I'm absolutely torn. Could be because they're basically the same shoe as far as I can tell. Alright, let's go.
Right back there is the World Trade Center. Went there last year. It's pretty powerful place. Got all these globes here. I gotta get some real work done here. Run time. That's it. That is the run. Went a lot longer than I was supposed to. That was 13K, which is a little over 8 miles. Supposed to do 12K, less than 7.5. It felt hard today. The jet lag set in finally. That was like running through molasses. Upstairs, shower, get on with the day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you want to introduce yourself, Brian?
Sure. Brian Cristiano. I'm the CEO and founder of Bold Worldwide. We're a sports ad agency based in New York City.
He's also a Cat 3?
Cat 3.
Cat 3
Yeah.
cyclist?
I need to get back on the bike this year.
Yeah, we were just talking about
Haphazard.
that. The balance between sickness and being awesome.
Yeah, it's a gray
It's a tough
area.
one.
You only push yourself so far till the body breaks down. Mentally, I'm good. Physically, it's a different ballgame.
So he owns an ad agency, Bold Worldwide, which does sports marketing. You also do a sports marketing huddle
podcast. I co-host it with Rob Cressy, who's the founder of Bacon Sports in Chicago. When did we start? Like July. So we haven't been doing it that long, but we're already at 170
You just did 100,
episodes.
right? Yeah.
We're like 170 now, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, in like 8 months, 9 months, yeah.
Okay, so let's share it with the gang. I call them the Trainiacs.
Nice.
Something I thought you would be really helpful for is giving a little bit of insight as to where the endurance industry is headed. Like what will the average triathlete, cyclist, runner see from the endurance brands publicly and how they're marketing themselves?
Oh, wow. It's a big question. I think it's tough. I think that what's very interesting, if we talk about the bike, both for tri, for road, we've kind of crossed into this threshold of it's going to get really difficult to make them much lighter. They're pretty light. The wheels are pretty fast and pretty aero. So I think it's going to be interesting to me over the next few years. Do any of these brands innovate and blow us out of the water with something we never saw coming? That's a hard thing to do. Could happen. Yeah. Unlikely though. They'll just make incremental improvements over time.
Zip's trying with that serrated wheel.
Yeah.
Gimmicky.
A little gimmicky, but very, very incremental though. So what I'm going to be interested in watching are, what are the brands, big and small? How are they positioning their value proposition in the marketplace? Because I think what's interesting to me as a rider, if I went back 10 years ago, it was very different based on your taste. Now, it's like expected. If you're spending X thousands of dollars, like the frame better be that stiff, yeah, it better be that aero, the wheels better be that aero. And so now it's expected from every brand that's in that space at that level.
Yeah.
So So what are they focusing in on? Is it aero? Is it lightness? Is it stiffness? Is there some other feature? I mean, I was at CES. You've seen SpeedX, right? They were Kickstarter.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Integrated.
Totally integrated.
Totally integrated.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so this year they had a new model at CES. I got to check it out. And it's the computer is integrated into the headset. The power meter is integrated into the hub. As part of the bike, it's now like part electronic beast.
Right.
Very interesting. So that was something where I saw more innovation than I've seen from the market as a whole. I don't think there's going to be some like incredible innovation in the next couple of years. I hope so. I don't think there's going to be anything that's super crazy. It's going to be more like integrations like that, like from SpeedX. I think it's going to be more brands focusing in on something super specific. Even if we're talking about clothing and apparel and shoes, like what more can be done with that? And what's the value proposition? Like what's the one feature? Okay. And I think you'll agree with this too. Like seeing brands in the endurance space, there's a tendency to try to tell the audience everything. Like, oh, our watch or our bike or our jersey does A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and it's like, whoa, what's the main thing? If you see some of the better brands that do it, it's like our bike is faster. But figuring out like one thing to do really, really, really well and innovate slightly so you're slightly different. I think that's what we're going to start to see because it's just going to be incremental changes in my opinion.
It'd be almost like the Apple of a certain feature of endurance.
Very specific.
Focus on one thing, be awesome at it.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's a good business model in general. I'll take another direction here too because there's so many pieces to cover. I think that the wearables and tech sector is going to have the biggest changes.
There is a ton going on right now.
There's a lot more upside to be had there. And if you look at some of the companies in the space, I know Fitbit is more of like the regular consumer, but they're starting to try to play in the high-end athlete realm. You're seeing newer brands enter. Everyone's got a watch. Everyone's got a computer. Everyone's taking part in this. So what's going to be interesting to me, and somebody said this to me at another event a handful of weeks ago, which was we're going to see a consolidation in that marketplace.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's going to buy a bunch of them or a bunch of go out of business, and then you're going to see like, oh, this is the new gadget.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is going to be a change.
I think somebody's going to be awesome at it, and everyone else is going to turn to crap because all of a sudden one company figured it out.
Yeah, right.
And, like they got it right.
I think that's where we'll start to see some of these like take off, and then probably some consolidation in the marketplace on the tech side for sure.
I'd be so in for that.
Nice.
Yeah, I totally agree that I think a lot of the wearables right now are getting too fancy for their own good.
Yeah.
They're too hard to use to actually get the data out of
Yes.
it. It becomes so much info overload.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's over-engineered, they're designed to do too much.
All the data in the world is not going to make you faster unless you can look at that data, understand what it means, and then adjust something because of it. Give me the 5 metrics that I care about and tell me what to do about them. That would be better.
Okay.
Awesome, man.
Where can everyone find you?
My social media handle on everything now is Bold CEO. And
brand new social media handle.
I switched it recently to make a simple, easy to remember one, and here we are. I get to say it now. Bold CEO.
Check him out. He's a good guy.
Thanks, man. Okay.
Wee! It was a good long day. Brian there. I think you need to go check out his sports marketing podcast. Follow him on Instagram. Super good guy for motivational if you've got any bit of entrepreneurial inkling. And the dude has a really good tap on what's going on in the endurance market. I met him last year and chatted with him a lot more this year after getting to know him through Instagram this year. And he's not biking a ton right now, but he was a massive, massive cyclist, really talented. And what he's doing with his agency is he's pushing a lot of the endurance brands to really cool things. Like last year, he was doing a lot of 360 VR video. This year, he was talking about taking a ton of the clients that he's got and pushing them a lot more towards digital and things like YouTube channels and bloggers. He's met and interviewed DC Rainmaker on his podcast. No, it was on a video series that he was doing. Super in touch with what's going on in the business side of the endurance marketing space. So check them out. I need supper now, and I'm gonna get in my PJs after that. See you tomorrow, Trainiacs.